Some more craziness going on in Canada. Tesla has been banned from the EV rebate program and $43 million has been frozen. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching The Electric Viking. It's great to have you with us. Now, I'm not surprised this happened, to be honest. Tesla was banned from the upcoming federal EV rebate programs in Canada as the government has frozen $43 million in rebates that Tesla claimed days before the program was paused earlier this year. It's obvious what Tesla did. I mean, if it were me, would I have done something similar? Probably. Anyway, Tesla registered a bunch of cars and it was able to claim all these rebates from Canada, around $43 million. And Canada says it didn't actually sell those cars, so it's not going to give Tesla the rebates. Now, the move was suspicious as it would have required Tesla to deliver 8,000 vehicles at 4 locations on a single weekend, which obviously wouldn't actually be possible. Tesla actually preemptively filed for thousands of rebates after being made aware of the pause to the EV rebate to ensure it wouldn't run out after the surge in demand with the new Tesla Model Y Juniper coming out soon. But the government told other car dealers who delivered EVs before the end of the program they couldn't get their rebates, even though they actually did deliver those cars. And the reason was because Tesla took all of the rebates. So Chrystia Freeland, Canada's new transport minister, confirmed the funds have been frozen until it can investigate exactly what happened and whether or not Tesla did in fact deliver all the cars that it said it did. Probably didn't. Now, apparently, in addition to that, Tesla will also be banned from future federal rebates for electric vehicles. So indefinitely. If you buy a Tesla in Canada, you cannot qualify for any EV incentives, basically forever. That may be changed. I think that's a little bit drastic, and I don't think this is good. But, lots of things recently haven't been good, have they? Here's what they said in Canada. No payments will be made until we are confident that the claims are valid. I also directed my department to change the eligibility criteria for future EV programs to ensure that Tesla vehicles will not be eligible for incentives so long as the illegitimate and illegal US tariffs are imposed against Canada. Guys, as far as I can tell, the tariffs aren't coming from Musk. I'm assuming the tariffs are coming from Donald Trump. Don't get me wrong. I don't like these tariffs. I don't agree with them. But I wasn't aware that Musk had anything to do with those tariffs. I think it's Donald Trump that just made that decision. The federal government is following the same strategy as some provinces. British Columbia has recently banned Tesla from its EV charger rebate. Nova Scotia has announced it has excluded Tesla from its $2,000 rebate for buying a new EV. Quebec, they did the same thing. And that means that basically, if you buy a Tesla car all across Canada, you can't qualify for EV incentives. You can't get the EV incentives. Is this legal? Can the Canadian government and Canadian provinces legally do this because of politics? I'm curious to know, guys. If you're from Canada, let us know in the comment section below if you think this is legal or not, or if you know. Thanks for watching. Guys, a lot of people saw this report and they went, oh, wow, this sounds legit. This is JP Morgan. This is probably true. Tesla's profit's going to fall by 40% next year. Could it happen? It could. Is it likely? Well, hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching The Electric Viking. Great to have you with us. Is Tesla really going to lose 40% in profit because of a Trump administration? Well, JP Morgan claims that's what will happen, most likely. An analyst at JP Morgan believes Tesla could have the most to lose from a shift in regulations and may see its profits slashed by $3.2 billion. Now, this analysis is a little bit short-sighted because, America is not as important to Tesla as what it used to be. Tesla is much more of a global company than what they were a few years ago. Anyhow, Elon Musk spent more than $270 million, according to some reports, to help get Donald Trump into office. He was likely believing that a Trump-run administration would help his companies, but I think more than that. I think he also was put off by how he was treated by the Democrats, which is fair. The White House and the Democrats weren't very nice to Tesla. They weren't very nice to Elon Musk. So that was probably part of the reasoning. It was getting revenge on them to some degree. I think that might have been a factor. So that isn't just about Tesla. It's also SpaceX. Musk's personal wealth has soared by over $200 billion since the election, thanks primarily to the surging price of Tesla's shares. But according to analysts at JP Morgan, Tesla's profits could fall by as much as 40% this year when Trump steps into the White House. Ryan Brinkman from JP Morgan believes if the incoming president eliminates the $7,500 federal EV tax credit, which he is expected to do, he has basically said something similar to that, then this poses a significant earnings risk for Tesla. The EV maker had a strong Q4, but overall 2024 global sales weren't as strong as expected, with 1,789,000 vehicles delivered. So that was, 1 or 2% less than in 2023. This is the first time, though, in a decade, in fact, more than a decade, that Tesla didn't increase its annual sales. According to Brinkman, the slowing of deliveries, even ahead of a likely subsidy removal, we think has the potential to refocus investors on the deterioration in deliveries, revenue, gross profit, EBIT, EPS, and FCF estimates across all periods. He added that Tesla could have the most to lose from the shifting regulatory backdrop and may see its profits fall by $3.2 billion or 40%. The analyst added that during the Trump administration, shares of EVs sales could fall in nearly every geography. Interesting. And suggested that Tesla does not appear to us on track to dominate the global auto industry amidst the electrification transition, which we view as only the starting point for present valuation. JP Morgan estimates that in 2024, Tesla's global share of EV sales fell from 15.5% to 13.7%. Elon Musk has publicly supported the abolishment of the EV tax credit. He believes that Tesla doesn't need it. He believes scrapping the credit will hurt rival brands. Well, that's what people are saying, he thinks anyway, including General Motors, Ford, and Hyundai, who rely heavily on the subsidies to make EVs more affordable. Now, they don't just rely on the subsidies to make EVs more affordable. They rely on them for them to not lose so much money. And they all make a loss selling EVs. That's a fact. None of them have claimed otherwise because it's true. As Tesla has the first mover advantage in the EV space and it can make EVs at a much lower price than all of its rivals, except for probably BYD and some Chinese car companies, and it's the current market leader, it can develop and sell its EVs at a much lower cost than most of its rivals, and in theory, could grow its share. Now, do you guys agree or disagree with that? Now, of course, there's a lot more to that story. That's just what the media is saying. Tesla has gigacasting. They have incredibly efficient production lines.